Okay, guys. So good evening. So welcome back. So today we'll be continuing our session now. So I'll be taking up the same thing, day 4, and we will be continuing our session, which is a session number 3, day 4, session 3, and the time is 4:13 p.m. IST. Right? Now, so what we'll be doing now? So we'll be continuing with the commands. Okay, the main important commands we'll be covering up now, some few more commands. So before that, let me understand, like we have some commands which are network monitoring related commands. Very important because these commands we use a lot in our day-to-day activity. Okay, so okay, yes, today you can connect with Naresh whenever you need it. Yes. Now, okay, what are those tools? Or what are those commands? Guys, there are many commands are there like that. For example, if I want to list, there are around 20 commands, more than 20 commands are there. For example, you have Ifconfig command. You have a, there are some commands, the Ifup, and you can even give the interface ETH0. There is a command known as the Ifdown, and there is the ETH0 interface. There's a command known as the ping command. There's a command known as the traceroute command. Traceroute command. There's a, like, you can even give the DNS, sorry, your Google's DNS IP here, something like that. So 8.8.8.8. Guys, let me check if it is recording is going on. Yeah, the recording is on. Yeah. For traceroute, and you have many other commands like netstat command, dig command. I can even dig www.google.com. These are very helpful commands, guys. You have some commands will, these commands almost works in Red Hat, but some commands might not work in Ubuntu. NSLookup, route command, host command, ARP command.
So Telnet?
Yes, I'm coming through that actually. ARP command,
Yeah.
ETHTool command. What else? I'm just recalling Hostname Command, NMAP command. But I don't remember if I use NMAP or not. Okay, IP command, SS command, Traceroute is there. There's one more new command is that Tracepath actually, which has newly come, which has newly had come. It is same thing as a Traceroute totally, but no, you will get some extra features in the Tracepath actually. And IPREF, Ifup command, TCPDump command, and finally you can. So these are all the commands, guys. Very important actually. Right, these are some of the commands, very important commands, which are network related command, and a lot of troubleshooting a DevOps or a system admin does on a networking part by using any by using these few commands actually. Yes, there would be many other. Yeah, IPADDR command is also there. Yes, IP. This is IP is IPADDR command. Yes, correct. Now, so now let's see. So all these commands, guys, to execute this command or to execute this command, this below command, it is better to switch to the super user or the root user. Be as a root user and run it. That will be more effective. Okay. So what I will do, I'll go to the CentOS. I'll do a switch to the root user. Okay. Even Ubuntu also, I'll go and I'll switch to the. Okay. Now, you're coming back here. Like, let us first learn about the Ifconfig command. So what is the command? Ifconfig command. Ifconfig command will give you the IP address of your system. If I want to check the IP address of the system, I run a ifconfig command. Now, ifconfig command, when you execute, right, it is showing you the network interfaces like this, like this. There are two network interfaces are there. One is a loopback network interface, and other is nothing but ETH0 interface. In some system, you have something like the ETH1. In some system, you will have something like a ENS33. In some system, you have some other network interfaces. So broadly, you can say that if you see network interfaces, either it will be like ETH0 or ETH1, or else it will be like a ENS actually, ENS3 or ENS33. Like that would be the network interface. So whatever you're having a network card, guys, when you plug in the network card, your system or the kernel will detect that network card and it will create an interface like this. Now in this network interface, can you see something like a INET it means that this is nothing but IPv4 address. This is nothing but a net mask, actually. This is nothing but the broadcast IP address. So if you see 172.31.43.176, this is the IP address of your ETH0 interface. But the broadcast IP address will be same IP address 172.31.43.173.255. This will always be a broadcast IP address. Right? You can ping to your broadcast IP address. So in the broadcast IP address, whatever the IP address which is falling under this subnet, okay, and if many of the machines are followed under this subnet, using the broadcast IP address, you can actually ping, or you can actually detect what are the IP addresses or what are the machines which are available right now. So that is what we'll be using always, this broadcast IP address. It is like an announcement, radio announcement. If you know, like if you want to reach to multiple people at the same time, right? What you'll do, you'll go to the radio station and announce it, right? You shout an announcement. Whoever has fine-tuned with your radio station, right, he'll be able to hear your voice. Similarly, like that, when you broadcast or when you ping to a broadcast IP address, you are actually reaching to the set of servers or set of the IP addresses which are under that particular subnet, actually. So 172.31.43.1, 172.31.43.2, 172.43.3, 43.4, 44.5, 45 is up to 255. So this is nothing but it's a broadcast IP address. And after that, you have a IDAT6. This is nothing but your IPv6 address. How many number of packets have been sent until now through this network interface? How many number of packets have been received? How many number of errors are there in the packet? Transfer the packet, receive the packet, like that. How many number of packets have been dropped? Okay. And what is MTU, maximum transfer unit? Whenever you're sending a single packet, the packet size will be 9001. This will be the maximum. MTU means maximum transfer unit. Means that each and every packet will have a 9001 size of bytes. So one packet is of a size 9001 byte, or approximately 9000 bytes. So this is configurable? Yes, this is configurable, sir. You can even reduce it, or you can even increase it. This we call the windowing, actually, right? Windowing, which is MTU windowing. Okay. Now, when you have this network interface, you can check that which are the network interface which are available using Ifconfig command. Okay. So this is a kind of a IP address, physical IP address, which is given for that network interface. And this is a loopback. And for the loopback, always the IP address will be 172.0.0.1. This is a loopback IP address. This loopback IP address will specify or will say that your system has a network connectivity. If this loopback address itself is not there, then you can say straight away say that there is no networking stuff in your system or in your laptop or in that server. So always, whenever there is a network stack in your system, how you can identify whether the network stack is available or not? If you execute the Ifconfig, if you see this loopback interface, then you can say that, okay, network stack is available in my system. This is one of the very, very general question they'll ask. How do you check, man? How do you say that there is a network availability in your system? Sir, I will ping to google.com, sir. I'll ping outside. No, that is an internet. You are connecting to the outside, that is internet. But how exactly you test it? Within a system, the network is there. So you will say that, sir, I'll always ping to the loopback IP address, sir, 127.0.0.1. I'll always ping to my loopback IP address. If I ping it, if the ping is successfully going, then I understand that, okay, it means that there is a network connectivity. Or else you can even do ping localhost. If you ping localhost, that will also start pinging. Correct? So this way you can tell it. Now, if you do an Ifconfig and enter, you could see that it is showing two network interfaces. If you want any one network interface to be displayed, you can just say ETH Ifconfig space ETH0. It will only show you the ETH0 network interface, or else LO, loopback address, LO, loopback address. Sometime what happened, and some people, if you execute Ifconfig command, you could see that this is the network interface, ETH0. You can create a lot of virtual IP addresses also. Virtual IP address, virtual network interface also can create. How to create it? Can you see here? If I execute the Ifconfig, there is a network interface ETH0. I'll say Ifconfig ETH0:1, okay, 192.168.0.10. See, if I execute Ifconfig command, can you see you got one more virtual network interface you got, which is ETH0:1. See, 192.168.0.10. Can you ping to this machine? Yes, sir. You can ping to this IP address. Like that, how much IP address you can create, sir? You can create a number, sir. Like, for example, if config ETH0 colon to 192.168.0.100. See, if you execute the Ifconfig command, can you see now there are how many are there? See, this is an actual physical IP address, or the IP address for which for your physical card, for which the IP address is assigned. But all other these are nothing but your virtual IP addresses. No, ETH1 will be a public IP or private IP. No, ETH1 will be an interface name. Guys, this is an interface name. You shouldn't think as a private or a public. No, not like that. This is an interface name. It means that you have a network card. Suppose you have a Realtek card. Suppose you go to the Google, you just say, okay, RTL 8139 network interface card image. This is how your RTL 8139 network card is there. This is a network card. This is a physical card, guys. You are having this physical card. When you insert a physical card, your system will detect, because this is a PCI based card, right? You will insert into the PCI slot. When you insert into PCI slot, your operating system or the kernel will detect this card. And what happened? Automatically, what happened, right? The kernel or the operating system will give an interface to it. What's an interface? ETH0. Suppose it's not in your system. You will insert one card, it will be detected as a ETH0. You have one more card, you will take one more card, this one. Again, you have one more PCI slot. Insert that. Now your kernel or the operating system will detect as a ETH1, ETH2, like that. Because we don't have so many PCI Express bus slots, right? Because you're having very limited, 3 or 4 will be there actually. Because in the 2 network card, you will be connecting something, 2 PCI Express bus, like you will be connecting one audio card, one video card, or one graphic card, and one more free will be there where you'll be connecting your network card or some other. So you have a very limited buses, PCI bus slots actually. So if you will be connecting only one network card, but in the high computing servers, right? If you go to the servers where you'll go with the some big IBM servers or HPX servers or Cisco servers, you take any servers, right? You will have multiple bus slots actually. There they will connect multiple cards, 3-4 cards they will connect. Network cards. It means that if one network card goes down, right, there will be other network card. If both the cards go down, there will be a third network card. Like that, it means that you make sure that your network shouldn't get lost at all. So in that case, what happened, right? The system will detect that the operating system or the kernel will detect as a separate interface as ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, like that. Yes, Dell. Yes, Rampasan. Dell servers actually. Yes. Dell are some of the like cheapest. I told you, right, when I was in Gujarat, actually, when I went to Gujarat for 4 months, there the owner of the company, he has newly procured some 4 Dell servers actually. He told me to install the virtualization, install Ubuntu and everything, and set up the whole server like that. He had given me a task to do that. I had done that. So there I've seen that they were having multiple network cards slots for them. So when you insert it, it will get detected automatically. ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, like that actually. Okay. So this is what you will give an IP address. So this is reachable. You can even ping to this IP address. It will reach out actually. Ping 192.168.0.100. Yes, it will be pinging. Now, guys, now whenever you ping it, actually this is a network card, or this is nothing but interface card or interface name ETH0. Where exactly the configuration of your interface will be there in a system, right? Under etc sysconfig. Yes, under that network config. Where is the net config? Yeah, under that network scripts or networking scripts. Yeah. Now do LSI funnel. You see here ETH0, if CFG ETH0. This is a network card interface. This is a configuration file for your ETH0. This is a configuration file for your loopback address. So just open that if CFG ETH0. See? This is what? So this is IP address. So it is get the IP address from the DHCP server. ETH0 is the network interface. This is nothing but your, what is it? It is nothing but your IPv6 hardware address, or nothing but this is a MAC address, sorry, not IPv6 hardware address. So whether you're going to allocate the IP address through the on boot, yes, it is on boot. So this is the configuration file which is there under Ifconfig ETH0. So if anybody asks in system where exactly the network interface card or the interface ETH0 interface configuration file is there, you have to say etc sysconfig network-script. Under that you have a ifcfg ETH0. Like that, similarly, you have ifcfg loopback address. See, this is the network. This is not what your interface for your loopback address. So you can see the IP address is 172.0.0.1 netmask network. Like that, you will get all those details about that loopback IP address. Clear, guys? Now, very important now. Okay, now what is the next thing after the ifconfig command? You have ifup ETH0. Means, suppose for example, see guys, whenever you are working in your production environment, don't run this ifconfig, ifup, ifdown and all. But we will do it here because that I have a loopback address, loopback interface, loopback address. Can I make this interface down? Yeah, interface down, if down, LO, loopback address. Please don't do experiment everything in your production server. If you do it, you might lose the connection and you might not reconnect again back into the server. Then what happened? You have to forcibly reboot your system. Don't do this actually, because the network interface goes down, right? You cannot reconnect back. It will close the connection call. Clear? Now, if you execute ifconfig command, so what happened? Right? Can you see that loopback address is not there? So now what happened, guys? When you're making the interface down, it means that the interface is not working. You cannot ping. See, you cannot ping now 127.0.0.1 because that interface itself is down. You cannot ping it. So what you have to do that for troubleshooting thing, what you have to do, you have to make it down, do some troubleshoot, again make it up. How to make it up? If up, okay, if down, if up, LO, loopback. Now it came back. Now if you execute ifconfig command, you could see that now it has came back. Is it clear? So don't do the if down ETH0. It might make you to come out from the system actually. Then it is difficult. You cannot get back access that server because you don't have, unless and until you have a power console where you go to the power console and you try to redo a hard reboot or like a quick reboot, right? So because we are an end user, right? We don't have that kind of power. We don't have that power console access. We don't have it actually. Some of you have worked on servers, they will have an idea of what is a console and all, right? You can log into the console, right? Power console, and then you can do a hard reboot or you can do a soft reboot. Yes, correct. Correct, Ram. Right. What is it? Is it clear, guys? Now, what happened, right? You have something known as a ping actually. A ping is very, very nice utility, guys. You might have seen many times we are using ping, right? And like ping is one very favorable, I can say that command which actually checks the network connectivity. It actually checks the network connectivity. It also does the DNS resolution. It also checks whether there's any traffic in the network, over the network. It does many operations, but as a end user, we might not know or we might not appreciate it actually. But there are many use cases of this ping command actually. So I can ping to an IP address. See, I can ping to an IP address. Ping 130.31.43.170. See, you can start pinging to that IP address. When you ping that IP address, ping internally will call the ICMP protocol to check the connectivity. So it is saying time to leave within 64 seconds. If it doesn't get back the response, right, within that the ping will fail. Suppose you are trying to, so here it will be infinite. It will be pinging, sir. It will be infinite. It will be pinging unless until you do a control C. Same thing in your Windows. If I go to the command line, okay, in the command prompt, if you ping to any IP address, ping www.google.com, ping will always ping 4 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then it exit out. But whereas here in Linux, it will be infinitely pinging. So what you have to do, you have to give a count actually. So you have to say -C. So I want to ping only 3 times. -C 3 times to ping. That's all. It will ping for 3 times and then it will come out. Correct? Now, you can even ping to your google.com, or suppose like you are trying to ping to rajeshsingh.com. You know that this domain name or this name is not there. It will try to reach out. So what it will do, your ping will reach out to the nearest DNS to resolve whether is there any with this host name, whether there's any IP address. It resolves and it checks that okay, there's no IP address for this. And then what is happening that it will try to even check, it will try to even send a packet to your gateway. But the gateway also has an information that it doesn't have, there is no IP address related to this www.rajeshsingh.com. And then what happened, the ping will fail. Now you could see that 100% of packet of loss has happened. So it means that the ping has failed here in this case. Right? Now you will say that, sir, ping will be keep pinging, correct? But what happened? Ping is so fast that every fraction second or every second it will be sending a packet actually. But you say that, sir, I want to send an interval of some 2 seconds. I want to send a packet. Then you can say ping -i2 and specify the IP address. So copy this IP address, paste it. In an interval of 2 seconds, it will ping it like that. Correct? So in a span of 2 seconds, it sends us packet. Now, sometime what happened, right? You will ping to the IP address, like you ping www.google.com, like that you give. Ping it, it'll ping for 3 times. But what you say that, sir, I don't want all this message. I don't want all this. I don't want all these things, sir. I want only the this is nothing but your status, we say, or the summary, we say actually. This entire thing, after the ping comes out, it is actually showing the summary. I want only the summary, sir. I don't want all other things actually. Then what you have to do that? You have to give Q. Hyphen Q is quite. See, it will only give the summary at the end. It will not give the entire message, ping message. Clear, guys? Now, assume that you are over the network and you want to really check whether how fast that server is responding. You know that a lot of people in the world, right, they're accessing the Google server a lot, right? Or else they're accessing this YouTube a lot, YouTube channel a lot, actually. But you want to really check like how fast your Google is responding or how fast your YouTube server is responding. So then what I can do that I can use a ping with the -f option and then say www.google.com. See? See, since what happened, right? You are using a fast actually. Google is very busy today actually. See, you could see that it is not actually sending very fastly, right? It is supposed to send very fastly. When I do a Control-C, can you see here, guys? It has sent 600 packet, 6,125 packets that are transmitted, right? It has received this much. Okay, packet loss is 0. It means that okay, it means that the Google is actually free. It is responding to each and every packet. But sometimes what happened, the Google will be very, like very busy. It might not send it. You will see that there are a lot of packet losses will happen. So through this -f option, you'll be able to understand how busy is that server actually. So let us see if it's same thing with youtube.com. Not sure actually, because let's see, let's wait for some time. And then I would do a Control-C. Okay, here also fine. I think almost YouTube and so we are getting a fast response. So this server, health of the server is up and running. So it is responding for each and every packet, whatever we are sending it. So we can say that okay, google.com or youtube.com is working fine. So the performance is good actually. So similarly, what happened, right? You want to just stop the printing after 10 seconds, something like that. If you want to do this, you have something like a ping -w10 and say www.co.com. So what it is doing? So it will stop printing after 10 seconds. See, after 10 seconds, it has stopped printing. That's all. So it will ping up to 10 seconds if you use -w option. There's one more is there actually. Like for example, here what happened when you're sending a packet, each packet is of a 64 bytes actually. But you said, sir, my packet should be something 500 actually. So I can just say ping -s size of the packet 500, specify the google.com. So not able to, so the maximum what it is sending is only 76 bytes. So I'm giving 500, but it is not sending that much. These are maximum bytes it is trying to send. Sometime what happened, guys, you want to, whenever you want to, when you ping it, actually, you want to get some kind of a timestamp actually. Okay. So what is that command, man? Ping -D UL.com. See, you will get this timestamp actually. This is in an internal format. You can convert it. So by this, you will be able to understand what is a file format, what is a time format, like this. Clear? So these are some of the options, guys, which we are using actually. You know, like sometime what happened, right? You send a packet to a server. The server might take some time, sweet time to respond back to the packet. But what happened, right? Suppose the sound is enabled in your terminal. When you send a packet, right? If you do a -a www.google.com, -a means audible. You will send a beep sound also. It means they're saying that, okay, if that server has responded to your packet now, you'll get a beep actually. So right now I'm not getting any beep actually, but you'll get a continuous beep if it is enabled, so that you'll get to know, okay, your packet, whatever the packet you sent, know that response you have got from the other end, you have got the response by using a -a option. Audible, we say. -a option is audible. Clear, guys? So this is some of the very important options which we use in your ping command. So if I execute the history command, so you can take this. I'll just copy paste it here after ping. So that will be useful. Okay, fine. So the next command after your ping command is nothing but your traceroute actually. Traceroute is very important, guys. Whenever you are actually sending using a traceroute. So what traceroute will give? Traceroute will give you that how many hubs are there in between. It means that whenever you're sending a packet, right, in between you'll find a lot of network routers and switches, right? That we call as a hubs actually, or hops we say. So whenever you're sending a packet, what is the best route it is using? The packet is using to transfer or to travel towards the destination by crossing so many routers and so many switches. So through that, you want to check it, you have to use a traceroute command. So I'm using a traceroute. And if I give the IP address of the 8.8.8, this is the DNS IP address of your google.com website. Just see how many hops are there. Traceroute 8.8.8.8. See, so traceroute is not there. You need to install it. Yum install traceroute -y. Okay, now you run the command traceroute. So you could see that there is, so it sends it. So it so there's 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop, 4 hop. So there are 12 hops are there. Totally in between there are 12 hops are there. So finally it is reaching your DNS Google server, which is 8.8.8. So through that you will understand that how many hops are there. Sometime what happened, right? The packet will get wander in between. So the packet will never get reach at all. So what is a star means? There could be some server, guys, actually, where what happened, right? It is not responding to a ping messages. It is not responding, though it is working fine. The server is available, this route is available. Somehow it is not replying to a ping message. Actually, that's the reason you are getting star like this. Sometime you will get where it will not respond to your for the traceroute packet, but still what happened? It will show star saying that yes, it is available. Yeah, correct. Ping is disabled. Correct. Yes, sir. Ping is disabled. Right. So sometimes it happens like that. You will get star in between like that. That hop will never respond to the ping. That's what you're getting star. But it will forward that packet to the next available destination.
Sir, what is hops here?
Hops is nothing but you can understand hop is something like a network device. You know, right, from your one server to other server over the network, it has to cross many routers and many switches. Consider the network switches as a hops actually. right? You don't have a single wire, right? Do you think that from your home directly you have a single wire which will get connected to your Google server? No, right? You are connected over the ISP network. From there, what happened? You will the whole network connectivity will happen through a lot of routers and gateways and even to the switch, right? So your network packet has to go through to the outside world and reach your destination. It has to cross many of the routers and switches, right? Those routers and switches we call the hops actually. Here, you could see that since the packet when you're sending right trace routed, it has gone to the hop 1, hop 2, hop 3, hop 4 like that actually. So similarly, you can even give the trace route something like www.youtube.com. Yeah. See, somewhat your start is there. Even though device is there, the ping is disabled. That's what it is not showing you any of these details, right? So like that.
So sir, Traceroute you just ping to check if the server packet is going or not.
Yeah, that's what. How your packet is transferring from your client location to the destination location. How it is to which are all the devices, to which are all the hops it is going. You could see even it is showing you the IP address of that server also. These are the IP addresses of the server, of that particular server instance of that particular router switch actually.
Sir, if for one server ping is disabled, so can I test from the Traceroute command if I am reaching to that server? Is it possible?
Sir, here what happened, this hop, it is not displaying any information at all. But there's a hop is there, but it is not displaying. So, but what happened, it means that it is not showing you any kind of an output to you. But this device, whatever the 18th or 19th, that device exists. They are receiving the packet and they are forwarding the packet, but they are not providing any details because some details have been missing. They have disabled the ping actually. It will never throw the ping. It will never throw the output of this IP address or something and all. It will not give the information. That's what it is showing star here. If you're using a Wireshark tool, right? Wireshark tool. There in the Wireshark tool, it will also show some of the details about this also. So I'm not showing the Wireshark. Okay, I have to install the Wireshark show it, but just try to Google and understand how the Wireshark works. Wireshark, Wireshark. So Wireshark will give you some information.
Sir, one other question is like for which conditions or which scenarios we can use the Traceroute command
whenever you are not able to reach out to the server, if the server is down, suppose assume that you're not getting a response. Suppose you are connected to the server, you run an application, you run your application www.rajesing.com in your browser. It will take some time. It will be keep clocking, and finally it will give. Finally, you'll get a 504 error. So now you might think that why it is not reaching it out. Why I'm not able to connect to the server? Then you run a Traceroute command. So here I'll just say rajesing.com. There is no website or there is no server where it is hosted with this name rajesing.com. See, Traceroute is doing, and finally it will give up actually. It is sending a packet to all these hubs actually, thinking that okay, it is able to reach it out, but see, finally it will give up actually.
Sir, in that case, like star is here. The star meaning is it is not able to get the server.
No, star means that hop is not giving any information to you. Here it is not printing any information. Hop means it you can understand as a device. Suppose that this is one of the router. This router is not giving the information. The traceroute information it is not displaying. So whatever entry you are seeing 24, 25, 20, you have to consider this as a device only, single device. So I have sent the traceroute to this. It has reached to this 30 devices actually. But when you are calling a traceroute, when the packet is sent, right, how you are getting displayed actually, because traceroute in turn calling a ping, that ping is in turn calling an ICMP. Through the ICMP, you are printing this message actually. But that in many of the devices, you can even disable the ping also. When you disable the ping, ICMP will not return any value. So when ICMP doesn't return any value, you will get star like this. You can disable it. See, suppose for example, you are pinging to the google.com, right? How you are pinging? I'll just use a ping to the google.com. Now I'm sending a packet actually. Google.com will respond to me saying that, yeah, I'm available, I'm up and running. That's what you're getting a response for this ping. Assume that the server is up and running, Google.com is up and running. They have disabled the reply for any kind of a ping reply. Then what happens? You will never get the ping response only. Then you will think that, oh, that server is not up, man, it is down. But actually the server is up actually. The server is actually up. But to some reason, what happened? The administrator has disabled the ping output, or else he has disabled any packet, anyone who reach out to me through a ping command, disable that everything. Like that, they will do the changes in that system actually. That's what, even though you do ping, you will not get the response. So sometime in some servers, they will do like that. Don't respond to any ping messages like that. No, Rampasar. All are like devices only. All are like device. All are treated as like a gateway only. Okay, let me go ahead, guys. Okay, I will stop this. Okay, what are the other things? You have a Netstat actually. So guys, Netstat is very important because if you have a server, suppose in a server, I have configured the Apache server. Okay, I have configured the Tomcat server. I have installed, I have configured the DNS server. I have configured the FTP server. I have configured the Samba server. You know, like you can configure n number of servers in your system or in your server. So each and every server, like your DNS server or your NFS server, DHCP server or your web server, anything, they will be using some particular port number. So it means that those servers are always available through a port number. Suppose in your system, you want to check which are all the open ports, which are all the available. Then in that case, what happened, right? You will use Netstat command. So what you will do here? Niranjan, we'll all discuss those things later, man. Yes. DNS host to the name resolution and all that we need to explain about the DNS server. So we will not be able to do that now, all those things. But I'm just telling you some commands. So if you do a netstat hyphen, what is it? TUNLP, LNP or whatever, NLP. So netstat command, NAT. It will show you which are all the ports which have been open here. You could see that the port number SSH service running, it is using the port number 22. Similarly, like what happened, you have installed Apache and Apache is up and running. It will show the port number 8080 is open. If you have installed the Prometheus and if the Prometheus service is running, it will show the port number 9000 is open. It means that the port 9000 is the one where the Prometheus will be listening. Port number 22 where the SSD service will be listening. For each and every service, it uses a unique port number. To check whether the port is available or not, it is open or not, you use the netstat command. So this is a very basic troubleshooting. Whenever some server is not responding to you, Apache server or web server is not responding to you, you just run the netstat command to check, verify whether it's open or not, whether it is the entries here it's showing you or not, like that. So the same command, netstat command with a hyphen or option, it will also show you the routing table. It means that suppose your system, from your system, you want to route it actually. You want to route to the outside world. Here, you could see that actually it will show you the route table here. So this is a default route table which is maintained by your system, right? That it will show with the help of a netstat-r command. Clear? Netstat -i, let me check if I remember. That will be MTU. Okay, these are network interfaces. So you want some other information like network interfaces. What is a MTU? What is MTU? So other information you want this, you have to use a netstat-i. Okay. So the next, what is after the netstat? What we have? Dig command. So dig command will also, it's a kind of a, if you do a dig of google.com.
All these network commands are available when we create a VM, or we need to install that?
Installment. Why dig is not coming here? sudo yum install dig. Dig is not there. I have to download, I think, or else let me check in Ubuntu. This is my Ubuntu server, whether dig command is there. dig google.com. Yeah. So here in Ubuntu, dig command is installed. You could see that actually when you're trying to do dig, actually, it will try to show you what are all the IP addresses which are assigned for this google.com. How much time it is taking the query to respond you back. What is the message size? How many number of messages have been received? Like that, it will give you some statistical information, right, about that server when you use a dig command actually. Use a button. Okay. Okay. Fine. Weber, we will discuss this later. Weber. I think you asked me about this IP table. We'll discuss about this offline.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We
Yes,
will
sir.
not be
Yes,
able
sir.
to cover everything here in this course.
That's true, sir. Okay, sir. Please continue. Yeah.
Dig command. So very important actually. Then what else you have? You have something also NSLookup. The next is NSLookup. It is taking time, guys, but okay, fine. So NS lookup, right? If you give w dot same thing google.com. Sudo yum install ns lookup. No package one. I think you have to install the net tools if I'm not wrong. Sudo yum install net hyphen tools. Sorry. Net tools is already installed. So it expects some packet to be installed. So you have to install the bind utilities like this. Sudo bind utilities. So let me copy this bind utils and go here and paste it actually. And use a -y option. So after installing the bind utilities, you will get the NSLookup. NSLookup, give a www.google.com. See here what happened, right? It will give you the host to IP resolution. Like for example, you are doing NSLookup, you want to check what is IP address of this www.google.com. You could see that there are so many IP addresses are assigned. It will display all these IP addresses. So you could see that this all IP addresses starting from 172, all these are public IPs, correct? And this is the IPv6 address, right? Similarly, if I do a NSLookup for your www.bbc.co.uk, see, it will give me the IP address. So this is the IP address of your bbc.com. So basically, NSLookup is trying to query the DNS server. From there, it is getting this IP address, and it is displayed. You jana beta, please. So similarly, you have something as a route command. So if you do a route command, route as is same as your netstat -r, right? Route. It will also show you the gateway actually. So it will show you what are the gateway which is there which is configured in your system. And here what happened, it is showing you some, you want to check the IP address of your system, right? Then you have to use the route -n option. So it will show here, it will show the IP address, and this is nothing but your gen mask, right? It will show you what are the interfaces, and this is nothing but all this destination IP address. So it will show you kind of a routing table actually in your system. What are the routing table is the right that it will display. So similarly, the next is nothing but your host command, very important actually. If you do a host, something www.google.com, so it will show you guys which are all the IP addresses which are assigned to your. So host command also will tell you if you're executing host command in your system, and if you get this response, you can immediately understand that the network you are connected over the network. It means that you can connect to the outside world. So that's the reason what happened. Once you connect to your system to the network, people usually tend to execute this command. They will try to ping to www.google.com also, as well as they can even run the host command, host, and specify the name or the IP address.
Sir, what is the difference between that NSLookup and host command?
No, both are almost same only. That's what I'm saying. What the NSLookup will do that NSLookup, suppose you give an IP address, you will get the host name. Suppose you're giving a host name, you'll get IP address. So that is what we call it DNS naming resolution. Suppose if I'm giving this IP address, NSLookup and give the IP address. Do you want to get the host name actually? See, you will get the whole host name. Okay, why you are not getting? Or else NSLookup, give the other IP address. Why, man? You have to get no. Like for example, NS lookup bbc.co.uk. So this IP address you got. Okay, if I do a NS lookup of this IP address, you have to go to the host name. Server can't find. Maybe I think we have to configure such a way that actually it does the reverse searching. Maybe I need to do some changes actually, but it will work actually. If you configure the DNS everything right properly, and you do an NS lookup right, it will return back. It will give you back the host name, corresponding host name for that IP address. So this is also very much useful. Why? Because that in your real time, when you're working in a system, right, in your company, you might have configured the host name with the IP address and everything in your local DNS server. Sometime what happened, right? Maybe like when you're working in a system, when you're pinging to the host name, right, it might not really respond to the host names because you might have blocked the host names for ping command, but you would have not blocked the IP addresses. So then what happened? You will do a NS lookup to that host name, you'll get IP address. Now you take the IP address and then do the ping, it will start ping. So you will understand, okay, ping is not actually working properly for the host name, but ping is actually working for the IP addresses actually. So that's the reason what happened. This is just a small way of testing, checking about the host to the IP address or IP address to the host name. You need this NS lookup command. Okay. So like here, what happened, right? Here you execute the host name, www.google.com. Yes, you got it. Now suppose assume that you want to get the your DNS records actually. You want to get the DNS record. You can just say host -t option, cname, those are records, cname, www.google.com. No cname records, or else bbc.co.uk. There are no records are there. DNS records, but usually what happened, right, in your local system, in your local company, right, where you have maintained all the records, CNAME records, right? So if you ping, if you host, just say host -t CNAME, right, or else host -t. Okay, let me check. Host -t mx. Okay, host -t mx w.go.com. Let me check. Okay, I think they have disabled it actually. But usually what happened when you host, when you use a host -t and do use a CNAME, right, it will show you all CNAME records actually. Okay, now what is the next command is? Next is the ARP command. ARP command basically it will show you the your MAC address, your system's MAC address, nothing but the hardware address, as well as it will show you the IP address of your system or the DNS name of your system, right? So suppose you want to check what is your MAC address or everything, you have to say ARP. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol, ARP. Right, ARP. Now after that, you have something known as a ETHTool. It is also very important. If you execute the Ifconfig command, you will see that this ETH0 is a network interface. Suppose you want to check it whether this network interface link is up or not. You will use the command ETHTool and then say ETH0. That's the network interface. Can you see here? It says that the link has been detected as a yes actually. If it is no, it means that that network interface is down actually. So there is a problem in the network connectivity. It means that maybe that if you are using that RJ2255 slot, right, that might have come out from the network port. If it has come out from the network port, the link, whatever the link is there, no, whatever you have inserted the port right into that network card slot, right, that might be loosely contacted. So it might not detect actually. Hence, it will say that it will as a no. Sometime this could also be one of the reasons. So most of the admin will run this command ETH0 and special network interface to just see that whether it has whatever the link detect is yes. If it is no, then it is a physical hardware issue. So you have to go, you have to check why it is not working. So you have to insert it properly and connect it. Clear? So what else, guys? ETH0, then you have something like a host name. So if you execute host name, it will show you the host name of your machine. If you execute host name with a -I option, it will show you the IP address of your system. So this is IP address, but I have created n number of, even I have created multiple virtual IP address also, right? Everything it is showing here. Correct? So there is something like even like a nmap command. Like for example, this is my machine. This is my machine, nmap. If I run nmap, let me check if the command is there or no. Sudo yum install nmap -y option. So what I will do here, guys, I will go to the Ubuntu server. Okay, if I execute the ifconfig command here in Ubuntu, ifconfig command. Okay, it is not there. Sudo apt update. Then there is a command sudo apt install net-tool. So sudo apt install net-tool-y. So when I install it, yeah. Now if I execute ifconfig command here in the Ubuntu, you are getting this IP address. So this is IP address of your Ubuntu server. I'll copy this IP address. I'll go here in this machine. I'll run an nmap command with the -A option, specify the IP address. So from here, I'm trying to check, right, whether I'm able to connect or not with the nmap. So nmap, what it will do, it will give the information, statical info. It will take some time, but it will give the information about like how exactly I'm able to reach to this IP address, whether it's reaching or not. So you will try to get some more information. So usually, guys, this will take some time. In your office, you can execute this. See, it gives you some information, more information, like how it is actually sending a packet, whether the host is up or not. It is basically giving you some kind of a scan report for you, right? So like this information, the nmap command is giving it. So sometimes this command is also very much useful actually for any kind of a debugging, right? Similarly, you have an IP command with the ADDR. If you run this command, you will see that actually you will see that it will show you all your IP addresses, ETH0 IP addresses. This is the loopback IP address, right? You can even do a IP-ADDR, or even you can say IP-R. See, it will show you. Correct? You can even ping, right? I can ping to google.com. You know this, we have did this. It'll ping it. Even you can use an MTR command, MTR www.google.com. That will also try to ping it actually. So again, the same stuff, you have to say yum install MTR command, then say -y. Right? Then you do MTR, it'll ping it. See? It'll ping. So you'll get more information. So it'll in turn use the ping only, MTR command. It'll use the ping. Yes. Correct? So that's all, guys, I think. Right. Tracepath actually. Yeah. Tracepath. Let me check whether this count. Yes, Tracepath is there. Then I will give a 8.8.8.8. It is same thing like a Traceroute actually. It will give much more information, more elaborate information it will give you. So whenever you are sending a packet through your ETH0 interface, you want to do a TCP dump, you want to trace it, what are the things it is doing, then you can run a command TCP dump and dump and specify the interface ETH0. Yum install TCPDump -y. Right, and then do a TCP dump. So here you could see that you'll get information like how it is sending a packet, what are the hubs it is finding out. So because mine is ACT broadband, right, you could see that, see, it is reaching to the ISP, Internet Service Provider, which is not but your ACT broadband, right? So there the packet is flowing outside, right? Like that, you can dump it actually. You can use a TCP dump. And one more thing, very important, guys. One more very important is that actually, like you can use a telnet command. So telnet command, basically, it is used to connect to the system as well as it is used for even testing purpose also. For example, this is my Ubuntu server's IP address. Now you could see that I can, and you could know that the IP here, what happened in this server, SSH service is running. It means that it will always allow you to do SSH connection. Can I verify? Can I test whether the 22 port is up or not? Whether I'm able to connect it or not? So what I will do here, I will come over here and I will use the telnet command. So telnet is there, telnet is not there. So I need to again install the telnet -y. I will do the telnet and then give the IP address of this machine. And here I will do port number 22. 22 is a port number for your SSH service. See, it is able to do a connection. It means that it is connected. It means that this port is open. And this IP address is also available. Sometime what happened, right? The port will not be up, or the server might be down. Either the port will not be up, or either the IP address will not respond. Then in that case, telnet, if you're doing no, it will fail it. It will not show any kind of a connection only. You can heavily use the telnet even for your database also. Suppose your database is running, like MySQL database is running. MySQL database running, it is always uses the port number 3306. It uses the port number 3306. Now when I do a telnet, so see, I'll do a telnet and I will specify the IP address of your server where MySQL is configured, like that, and the port number 3306. Like that, I will do. I'll give the telnet. I'll give the telnet command. So telnet command, you're not actually connecting with, rather you're actually trying to see whether I'm able to connect to the server with that port number or not. So it is trying to connect, but there's no IP address with the server, then it will fail it actually. So this is the best way of testing actually. This we use heavily in our industry to verify whether that particular we are able to connect to the particular port or not actually. Is it clear, guys? Till here?
Yes, sir.
So I hope that we have understood something on this commands and everything. Maybe I have missed one or two commands. You can Google it out and you can check it. ISS is there, iPerf is there. Just Google it out, install the package and run it actually. Check it out.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
tell us SS command, because in my organization, many are using SS command, SS punta command. Please tell us.
Even have forgotten what is SS. Wait, I'll recall it.
Sir, I think the traceroute command,
Yeah.
same command we are using for that SS also.
Yeah.
Sorry, netstat command. SS-TULN.
Yeah, correct. Even I never use SS. Wait, let me recall actually. Investigate the socket actually.
Yes, sir, it is written that it is similar to netstat.
Yeah, similar to Netstat only, right? So I have a display of both listening and non-listening ports, and then like what are the things? Okay, numeric. Okay, let me check this. SS -ANT. It will show you here which are the ports which are open, right? Which are in the listening state actually. Like that, this will show you. Then LSS command, SS will show you. Here SSH service is running now. It is showing you that, yeah, port number 22 is used by SSH, right? And it is in a listening mode actually. And this is nothing but your IP address 172.31. It is listening to the port number 22, which is nothing but this is the port for your SSH service. Similarly, there are some other ports are 22, 25, 11. All these are open actually. Right? This is what the SS command will do. It's same thing like a netstat only. What is it is right.
Sir, one doubt is there, sir. What is it? Call command difference between the telnet one? We are also using that port number with them. What is the difference?
Now, wget command, what happened now, guys? Wget, I think both are same actually. Wget command and the curl command. So whenever you want to download any kind of a file, right? Any kind of a file externally, which is there in the over the internet, actually, you can use a wget command. So wget command, and you specify the complete URL, you can download it. Even the curl also will download it. But there is a small difference, curl command with a -o option. No, there are many options are there with a curl command.
We can check request and response using curl command.
Yeah, request and response. Yeah, you'll get it. Even I'll get back to you guys. Even I'm not recalling now what exactly. There is some option is there through which actually you not option. So there is some difference there. I'll get back to you. I don't recall now what is, but both it is used for downloading the file actually. But what happened, right? If you use a curl command, you can get the checksum actually, whether whatever the file which you are downloaded is 100% correct. So if in your server, if that file is having 100 MB, when you try to do a curl command, what it will do, the curl command will do, it will try to download the whole 100 MB file into your local system and also give you the checksum returns actually. When you verify the checksum, right, you can say that actually, okay, whatever the file size it was which was there in the server, right, exactly the same file with the same size has been downloaded in my local system. That is one. But I think in wget you will not be able to get the checksum. That's what I remember. You'll not be able to get the checksum actually. So curl you'll get the checksum. That could be one of the small difference between wget and curl command.
Sir, we are using that call command also inside the pod if it is listening to that port, like call localhost and that port number.
Correct. Yes. That is just to verify, guys. That's just to verify whether if you are hitting through the curl command, right? You are just checking whether that service is responding to you or not. That service is responding to you or not. Right? So when you're doing a curl, so you maybe in some server you might be running some Apache service, right? Apache or the web service, right? You can take a curl command and give the IP address of that Apache service, right? You will get the output actually. So through the curl, you are verifying it actually, whether it is responding to your request or not. Clear? Okay. Now, okay. What else, guys? Actually, just a second. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, sorry. So guys, let us quickly finish few more commands and then we have to get into the scripting. At least I'm planning to complete the if condition. So that's very important. So otherwise it will be difficult to complete the whole syllabus. So okay. Now, so guys, so there are two important commands are there, which is nothing but the find and the grep command. Both these commands are very important. Even as a user, as an end user, if I'm working in a system, I will be using these commands heavily every day, right? At my workplace, as well as what happened, right? I want to achieve some automation, or whenever I'm doing some automation, I will be using this find commands a lot, even in my script also. So there is a command known as a find and grep command. So find command is basically used for searching for a particular file. Suppose, for example, you don't remember the file name, or you don't remember the file name, but you remember, you know the file name, but you don't know where that file is there. It means that under which path the file is there, you don't know. So in that case, what happened that you will be using the find command to search for that particular file. So in Windows, like there is something like a search, right, where you can search for a file, right? You remember only the file name, but you don't know where that file is there, whether it is there in the C drive, D drive, V drive, you don't know. You can just run a search for searching that particular file, right? Then you'll get the details about, okay, this particular file is there in that particular folder structure, right? Similarly, like that, you have find command. Find command basically searches a file in a directory hierarchy, we say actually, in a directory hierarchy. So always, whenever you go with the man of find, you will see that actually that, so the find command will have something like a find, options actually, path, and the expression. This is what you have to understand. These are the options, path, and the expression. This is the synopsis or the syntax for the find command. Now, for example, assume that I want to search for the file with the name actually, right? You can run a command, like for example, find command. Okay, you can give the path, the information of the file, path information of the file. If a name you give, and you specify the file name, like this. This is the syntax for the find command. You need to give the path from where you are searching. You need to use the option of the hyphen name, and you need to give the name of the file. For example, suppose assume that I have a file, something like touch A12, touch A123, something. Now what I will do, I'll try to run a find command. Find command, assume that I'm just using a dot. Dot means in the present directory. I'm searching for the file with the name A123. See, it'll give me the information that, okay, under this present working directory only, here only I'm having a file known as A123. Like that. Like for example, you will say that, sir, I want to search for all the files, sir, which is having a size of 50 MB. I don't think so. Maybe like 1 MB you might find, but I'm just saying. So what you'll do, find, search from the slash partition, search from this path itself, hyphen size, SIZE, and give 50 MB. I'll give 1 MB because I don't think so I'll have any file with the 50 MB. 1 MB also will see. See, find command is find out. You will see that there are so many files are there which is having 1 MB. See, all these files are having a size of 1 MB. That's what it is displaying it. Or else let me give 50 MB. Let me think. I don't think so. There's a file with the help of which is a size of 50 MB. Yes, there is no file at all here. You can even create a file of 50 MB and search it. It will show you that. So this is a file which is having a size of 50 MB. Clear? Suppose, for example, you want to search for some type of file. It means that whether if the file is a directory, or you can search with the directory type, whether the file is a normal file or regular file with help of a F option, whether the file is a symbolic thing with the L option, whether the file is a block device file with the B option. So like that, you can find it actually. For example, here I'm having a cat device, block device, right? Everything, right? I can run a find command dot hyphen type. So you could see that actually it is showing you even the hidden files also, that even A123, it is showing that these are the normal files actually. Similarly, if I use a C option, this is not what a cat device file. Okay, B means block device file. P means pipe file. See, so with help of a type option, you can specify what type of file you want to find it out. These are all very important, guys, which we'll be using. So there is one more thing, like where you can even search a file based on its name. We already we did it, right? Like for example, if I do a find of dot of hyphen name and I give A12. See, you're able to, because here in a present directory you have a file by name A12. Okay, suppose assume that I'm having a file with the name capital A123. Can you create a file or 1234 or 12? Or you have a file of what is it, guys? Here it is 12. Assume that you are having a file with touch A1234. So you're having, it is starting with the uppercase, right? Here, what you will do here, you will use a find, okay, dot hyphen name, and you are searching for the file name A1234. It is not finding because it is case sensitive. It is looking for a exact name, lowercase. But you'll say that, sir, irrespective whether it's uppercase or lowercase or anything, it could search means you have to use hyphen I name. See, irrespective whether it's uppercase or the lowercase, it has to find the name. Right now, you want to find for all the files which is having a root user. If you do an LSFNL, can you see the root is a user here? Root ID, root user ID, group ID is a root. You want to find all the files, sir, which is having dot, which is having a user who is root actually. So it will display everything. So all these files are having a user ID as a root itself. So sometime what happened that you will not be knowing you'll be only knowing the inode number. Like if you example, when you do a LSFNI, the inode number of the password file. See, this is the inode number. You say that, sir, I remember the inode number, but I don't know the file name or I don't remember the path. So can I search? Yes, sir. Find slash hyphen inum use and give the inode number. See, find will search for the file and it will say that this is the file which is having this inode number. Yeah, we'll check that, Rudhansh. We'll say that. How to find a hidden file or a directory for using. Yeah, we'll tell that. Okay. So that's how. And then like even based on the links also, guys. Based on the link also you can give. Here, for example, let me exit out from the root. And when I do LSFNL, you will see that some file is having the hard link as 222, or sometime you might even create a hard link also. ln Alice John LSFNL. For Alice, it is true. ls Alice John. After John, you have something like what is it? Harry. So LSFNL. So can you see here that it is giving a link as 3, hard link as 3. I want to search for the file which is having a link as 3. So I can run a find command dot hyphen what is it option mine? Hyphen link actually. Yes, links 3. So which file is having a link 3, right? Display all those files. So it will display it like that. Similarly for the 2, you have to give 2. Right? It will show you all the files. So suppose, for example, you remember the file permissions. So you could see that some of the files is having this first .sh, or else if you use the chmod 777 to the file 1. So you could see that actually it is having a permission 777. So I need to find all the files with -perm having a 777 permission. So it will display these 2 files. So Bob and file 1 is having a full permissions, 777 permissions. So like that way, guys, there are a lot of options are there. Okay. A lot of options are there actually. So even you can even search for the file, all the files which begin with some character. For example, here you could see that you are having a file with the name Alice, you are having a file with the A1, A2. I think I have not have it's there A1, A12, A123, whatever might be. So you're having a file or a directory, even you are having a directory by name Amar, AMAR, Amar. It starts with A actually. If I try to say find dot from the present directory hyphen I name, and if you A star, is after the first character, it could be anything. See, it will display all the files. What happened, man? Hyphen, what happened? A star, right? Yeah, you have to give in a double quote. Authorized file Arun. Okay, under Ramesh also, it's showing Arun. Oh yeah, whichever files. So recursively it will search in your present directory and it will show all the files which starts with the character A. So using some kind of a wildcard character. Star means everything. After A, everything. Okay. Okay, guys. I think this much is sufficient because, but there are many are there, guys. Actually, like for example, here, you will do LSFNL. You could see that actually I created some of the files on October 14th. Okay. I created some of the files on today, September 17th. I created. Yesterday, I created a file, this file, September 16th. I want to check actually, right? After this first .script.sh, that is surprise, which are all the other files which got created actually, right? So it means that whatever the date it's showing the 77, this is got created today, right? So I have to run a find command dot hyphen. There is something newer. What are the newer file from the first script.sh? See, it will display all these files which got created today. Correct? So newer means newer than your first script.sh actually. Right? So any other things here apart from this? Now I created Amar I created, right? Just now I created A1, A2. Is there any file which is newer than A1? Yeah. After this A1, 2, 3 Amar got created. That's what it is showing. Okay. After A1, these two files were got created. So like this, you will be able to search for all the files. And one more very important, guys, you want to search for all the files which are empty files. Like for example, A1, A2, all are empty files. So I can run a find command with a dot, with a hyphen having an empty. See, it will show you that all these files are empty files actually. So now you will say that, sir, I want to search for all the files which are empty and I want to remove it. How you do it? You use a find command dot hyphen empty. And you after that you use exec, okay, and after that you use rm hyphen f, open the bracket, close the bracket, open the slash and do. And this is the syntax you have to use exec. So you are not able to remove the directory, yes, but I will use hyphen rm. See, like this way, what happened that you are able to remove all the files or directories. So you do ls, you see A1, A2, everything you got removed actually. So you're finding out all the file and doing an exec actually. Similarly, let me get some more files actually. Touch of same thing, like touch of Alice, touch of file 1, file 2, file 3, something. I'm creating some 3 files actually, right? So now what I will do, I will find all the files which are empty. Okay, these are the files. File 3 is empty. Why? What about file 1? Oh, okay, those are non-empty files. Okay, let me create some more files. File 3, file 4, file 5, like this. So 3, 4, 5. These are the files, empty files. 3, 4 files. I want to remove it. I can use like this hyphen exec, and then you do a rm hyphen f. Open the bracket like this, close the bracket like this, and you can run this command. Hyphen exec means after finding it out. After finding the empty file, what you want to do further option, please execute this rm command on that. It will work. But in some time, what happened in the industry, you'll be using the Xargs command like this. After this, what you will do now, pipe it to Xargs rm-f or rm command. See, this will remove all the files. You could that file 4, file 5, 3, 4, 5, it is not there. It has been removed. So Xargs is very much faster, guys, compared to your exec command. So compared to exec, Xargs is much more faster actually. Correct? So now what you're doing here, for example, one more example, like for example, let me create some name of the file names. Okay, the file name is file names. So let me create some Ravi, Kiran, Raju, Mahesh, Naresh, something. I'm creating this file. So these are the, inside this file name, you are having, this is the content of the file names. You are saying that, sir, I want to create this file, sir. I want to create it, all these files actually. Okay, what you will do? So can I use the file names, cat of file names, pipe it to use a touch command to create it. See, it doesn't work out because touch command will ask an input. You need to give an input. It is it is not accepting the output from this cat file names. But can I do the same thing? File names, cat of file names, pipe to Xargs, and then use a touch command. See, now it will create the file. See, Ravi, Raju, Kiran, Mahesh, Naresh. So what Exec is doing, it is taking all the inputs from these cat files. It is giving one by one that input to this touch command. But earlier, before that, it was not at all doing. Without the Exec, touch command is not at all working like this. It will never work like that. Because here what happened, touch command, it cannot take inputs. It can take an input from the Exec actually. Here guys, this is the importance of the Exec actually. So we will be using Exec a lot in our scripts also, in our scripting also. Okay, so that's all about the find command, guys. Okay, there are many are there actually. You have something like a modified time. Suppose you want to check which are all the files which are modified last 2 days back, right? Find command dot -MTime. Okay, 2 days. 2 days back, which are all the files which got modified? There are no files which got modified. Suppose if you try to search from the slash, is there any file which has been modified? No, all the permission denied. Okay, some files have been modified here. Okay, but still they are showing permission denied. Now you'll say, sir, I'm getting this error, sir. I don't want to get this error to the screen. What you will do, you will run this find command like this. What are the unnecessary output are there? No, 2 greater than specify /dev null. See, now what you're doing here, whatever the error is there, you don't want to get into the screen. You want to redirect it. See, now, oh, there is no file which has been modified by last 2 days back. Right? Now, the next important is the grep command, guys. Very important. We use in our day-to-day activity, grep command. Okay. So find command is over. Search for the file. Grep command. Grep command is something like, the full form is global regular expression print. The full form is global regular expression print. This is the full form of the grep actually. So grep command basically, guys, it searches for a particular string or the keyword from a file and print that line matching the pattern, we say. So what we say, grep command is, or grep command searches for a particular string or keyword from a file and print lines matching that pattern. How it does this, guys? It will take the line by line and prints that line which matches that pattern. Clear? So grep works for everything. It works for the file inside a file. It works even for a directory because the directory might have many of the files and subdirectories. Everywhere you want to search for the particular pattern means grep command will work actually. Grep command will work. Now, what is an example? Like for example, if you go here in system, you saw that in the morning I had created some CSV file. Where is it? Country.txt. So there is something like a Lawrence is there. Can I grep that Lawrence from the file country.txt? It will display all the lines which is having that string Lawrence. So here what is happening, that you are actually displaying the pattern here. You are displaying the pattern here actually. Right? sometime what happened, right? Here you could see that actually that sometime what happened, right? You are, suppose here you are giving capital L only because you are searching for Lawrence. Suppose assume that I'll give grep, I'll give the small word LAWRENC and specify the file name country.txt. See, grep will still work actually because here you are having this string Lawrence here. That's the reason it is grepping. Even if it is missing here, at least it is getting here actually. It is getting here. That's what it is displaying everything. Sometime what happened, right? Irrespective whether it is an uppercase or the lowercase, anything it could be. It can start with the upper L or it can start with the lower L. Everything you want to display means you have to use the -a option. It's insensitive. Then it will display. So hyphen option is used heavily. So then you will say that, sir, I want to display, apart from the Lawrence, I want to display other things. So you have to use the -v option. Apart from the Lawrence, print all other patterns. So here I have only Rajesh is there, right? Apart from Lawrence, other things are getting printed here actually. So you want to check the count, how many number of lines the Lawrence is there. So if you see it, see, it could be that there are 4 lines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 lines are there. So to give you the count actually. Okay, guys. So what else? If you want to display the line number as well as the line, then you have to use the -n option. Right? So to show the line number 3 has the word Lawrence, line number 7, line number 8, line number 9. Like that, it shows you in the line numbers. -v option. -v option means apart from that pattern, all other rest of things you want to display means you have to use a -v option. Like for example, in your case, if you do a cat of etc possibility, you know that there is a word known as a root is there. Root is there. Is there anywhere root is there? Root? No, root is there here only. So if I do a grep of root from the etc possibility, it will show you which are all the lines which having the word root. But you'll say that, sir, apart from this, I want to display other lines, sir, which doesn't have the word root. Then what happened? It is best you use -v option. Apart from the root, other lines it will display it. Okay, guys, I think this much is sufficient. So if you want to really, if you want to really search for some more keywords, like for example, here in this case, in the country or in your etc possibility file, you will say that, sir, I want to grep for the word root. Even I want to grep search for this CentOS or string from the file etc possibility file. See? So it will show all the lines where it is having the word root, or where is having the word CentOS. Clear? But here what happened, right? Here you can use a grep command, but instead of using a grep command, I can use a EGrep actually. EGrep root CentOS. It is a password. See, it will show you the word root. No, E means extended grep, right? It will show both the patterns. It has to show both the patterns. Let me check actually. I'm not sure actually. You have to use the spike symbol. No. What is it? EGrep actually. Extended grep actually. Correct only, no? EGrep. Root. CentOS. Both it has to print actually. It is not printing, man. Okay, any one pattern. Huh? This is what I need. Yeah. So instead of using this way, grep -e root -e CentOS, where it is grepping of both the things, I can achieve only with the single EGrep command. E means expression grep. So here what I'm doing that I'm giving here the pattern. I need a root as well as any CentOS. It will be displaying. So instead of using like this, guys, you can use the EGrep command. Okay. Okay, guys, that's all about the grep command. Okay, there are many other are there. For example, here, if you do an ls, you could see that there are many files are there which starts with the f file1, file2, first script, file names like that. You want to grep all the files which start with the f. You'll do ls, pipe it to grep of cap of f, like that you will say. See, it will show all the files which starts with the f. You could see there is some file is there which is ending with a .rpm, right? HTTPD at the end .rpm. You want to grep all those files which ends with the RPM, right? RPM dollar we use actually. Dollar means ending with the RPM. See, it will display or it will grep all those files which ends with the R. Dollar means ending. Gap means begin. Begin with the character F. Here ending with the character RPM, like that. Right? So like this, you will use heavily, guys, this grep command. Now, apart from this, okay, what about the T command? Now, for example, if I am executing ls command, ls output will come to the screen or the monitor. You say, sir, ls output I should get to the screen or the monitor. The same output I should be redirecting to some file, right? I need to do both the jobs at a time. So I can use the ls command, pipe it to command and specify the file name, any file name. Specify the file name here. So suppose I am specifying the file name as something like my file 1. Enter. ls output you are getting to the screen. The same output, can you see there's a file by name file1 has created. This file1 also has the same output. So the file1 has an ls output. Whenever you want to achieve both the things at a time, so it means that you want to get the output to the screen, as well as the same output should be read to a file, then you can use a T command. So like for example, date command, pipe it to T and specify some file name, my file2. Date output has come and it has also created a file by name my file2. So I can use a cat of my file2. You could see that it has a date output in that. It means that it has a date output. So achieving two things, displaying into the screen as well as the same output, whatever it is getting displayed to redirecting to a file, then you can use a T command. And there is one more important command, the last command which will be going through is a test command. Very important test command. Test command will tell you, it will test the type of file, what type of file it is. Can you see here? There is a file by name file1, file2, file3. There's a file, there's a directory by name Ramesh, Vaibhav. Okay, there is a file by name tarball. There's a file by name myFIFO. It's a FIFO file. You're testing. Suppose if I say test whether the file Kaushal exists. Hyphen means exist. Yes, the file Kaushal exists because there's a file by name Kaushal which exists. When I do an echo dollar question mark, it will return a 0 value. So it means that the file exists. Assume that I'm giving test whether the file Kaushal123 exists. There is no file with the name Kaushal123. Right? When you do echo dollar question mark, it will return 1. Okay, it means that this file 123, Kaushal123 doesn't exist. Similarly, test whether Ramesh is a directory. So how to verify echo dollar question mark? Yes, it returns 0 means Ramesh is a directory. Check whether this my file2 is a directory. If I do a test command with a -d means directory, my file2, is it a directory my file2? No, it is a normal file. Now when you do echo dollar question mark, it will return 1. In that, oh, okay, it is a wrong. So my file2 is not a directory, guys. It is a normal file. So like that, you have various options like test-f, whether it's a normal file, test-d, whether it's a directory, test-p, whether it's a pipe file, test-c, whether it is a character device file, test-b, whether it's a block device file. Like that, you have a various test options. If you go for the man test, you will see that actually, see, test expressions. See, you can even express it also, test like this. Expression A and expression B, like that. We will be using this in our script also. Test whether the integer 1 is equal to integer 2. Like for example, if I say a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, see, test whether $a is equal to $b. So it means that testing whether the integer the value of the variable $a is equal to $3. No, it is not equal, because that this is 10 and this is 20. So if you do an echo $question mark, it will return 1. So it is not equal. Suppose you will say a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, but I will rename b to 10 only. So 10 is, a is also 10, b is also 10. Run the same thing. Right? Now it is passing. Now if you execute echo $question mark, now it will return as a 0. Yes. So like this way, you can use this test command actually. Come over here. Where is the man page? Man of test. So if you come down, you can even test the expression, test the string, check whether it's a non-zero, do a string comparison like this, do an integer comparison like this, greater than, equal than, greater than, equal to, lesser than. Even you can even test the files also, whether these two files is having the same device or the inode number, test whether this file is a newer file, test whether this file is an older file. You could see then we are using -b option. Check whether this file is a block device file, carrier device file, check whether the file exists and it's a directory with you if you're using -d, test whether the file exists, test whether the file exists and it's a regular file. So you could see that there are various options are there, guys. This also we will be heavily using in our script actually. Clear? We are using heavily in this script. Yeah, diff command is a difference, guys. Difference between two files. Diff command actually. So we have a file 1 which has this content. Okay. File 1, file 2. Copy the file 1 and file 2. File 1 has this content and the file 2 also has this content, but I'll do one thing. I will try to remove the last 2 lines. I will remove actually. So now save this. Now there's a difference now. So you can run a diff command, diff of test1. Not test actually. What is it? Diff of file 1 to the file 2. So it will show the difference. Okay, this is the 2 difference which is there in the file 2. These are the 2 differences it makes actually. BRCTL command bridge interface. I don't know, man. What is that bridge interface? I've never, I think I've forgotten that, but I don't know. I'll recall back and I'll get back to BRCTL command. I don't know. There's no command with the BRCTL command. No. So guys, so we have amply covered all the commands. Okay. What would be our next topic or the next agenda? So now what happened, right? We have to start understanding about writing a very simple scripts actually. Right. So now we will start our scripting, guys. Now, so what I will do, right? Most of the scripts, whatever I'll be executing, I will be executing in both CentOS as well as in Ubuntu also. So what I will do here in this server, I will create a scripts directory. Here in this scripts directory, I'll be writing all the scripts. So same thing, even I will create one more same directory with your. So here I'm doing everything as a normal user. Yes, CentOS. Here also I can do it, but here I've logged in as a root user. Let me exit from the root user. Then create a directory by name scripts and be under the scripts directory and create all these scripts here only. Right now, so whenever you want to learn the shell scripting, you have to learn the programming construct, plus you have to learn the syntax also. Very important. Right. So here you have various different programming constructs. For example, whenever you are writing a script, at most of the time, so now the scripting starts actually. So whenever you write any script actually, guys, right, what you will do, you will use or you will learn a lot of programming construct. So what is the first important thing what you'll be learning is that the if condition you'll be learning. If condition. Okay, if condition, or else you can even use a if else condition statement, or if else if else conditional statement like this. You'll be this if condition you'll be using heavily in your scripts or in any programming language we use actually. What is the syntax actually? What is the syntax? The syntax for the if condition is if you have to give space, open the square bracket, write the condition here, space, close with the square bracket, and then in the next line use the then write statement. Close this if with fi. Opposite of if is fi like this. This is a simple way to mention. So always you have to start with if. You have to give space and open the square bracket. Write the test condition. So here what happened, right? After the open bracket, you have to give one space and then write the condition. Again, you give the space. Again, close with the square bracket, and then the next line then should come, and then write what are the statement you have to write inside this if condition. Close this if condition with fi. This is a very, very basic syntax of the if condition. Some people, what they do in your organization, they'll do like this. If open the bracket, or if space open the bracket, space, write the test condition, space, close with the square bracket, then do a semicolon, then you write the statement like this, close the if with fi like this. This is also correct. Both are correct. Both are correct. You can either use this or either use this. But many times what happened that you will tend to use, or you will have a habit of working in this way. We'll always make sure if space, open the bracket, write this condition, space, close it, and then use the then statement in the next line actually. So here what you're doing here, guys, here you're checking if this test condition is getting passed. If this test condition is getting passed, if the test condition is passed, then what happened? Then execute these statements. If this condition is fail, if it is fail, right? Then what happened, right? Then come out from if condition. Because you are using just simple if then. So if this condition fails, you don't have any else part to execute. So that's what you are just coming out from it. Suppose you say that I want to even implement the else part also, sir. No problem. You can use the if space, open the square bracket, space, write the condition, test condition, space, square bracket, close the square bracket, space, then statement, write the statement for the then class statement, right? And also you can even write the else class statement like this. Sorry. And write the else class statement. Close this if condition with fi. Opposite of if is fi. So here you are having that if this condition is passed, execute the then class statements. If this condition is fail, then execute the else class statements. Or once, if the condition is passed, it'll execute the then class statement and then it will come out from the execution. It doesn't mean that after executing this, it'll start executing the else. No. These are the programming construct where if this condition is getting passed, then the then class statement will get executed. If the condition is failed, then the else class statement will get executed. Like for example, in our case, here, if you check it out, you have a file by name Kiran or the Kaushal. I have a file by name Kaushal. So I need to test whether this file exists or not. So how you will write? Something like you will write in the script, something like if open the square bracket, space, -e. You are testing whether the file Kaushal exists like this. If the file Kaushal exists, then you have to say that echo the file exists. Else echo the file doesn't exist. Close the if condition with fi. Opposite of if is fi. This is a very simple example, right? You're testing whether the file exists. But Rajesh, I know that you told about the test just now. Test -e whether the file exists or not. So you would just say that test -e. Sorry, I'm inside the battery. Test -e whether the Kaushal is a normal file or not, or the file exists or not, and then do a $$ question mark. You said like this before. Yes, correct, guys. I'm using a test command to test it. But here what happened? Here what I'm saying, if condition, you're just saying if test whether the file exists. Then Rajesh, why? What is this bracket? Is this bracket is same as a test command? Is the bracket? Is this brackets like this? Is it equivalent to the test command? Yes, sir. It is equal to the test command only. So Rajesh, instead of this bracket, can I write this way? Test whether the file exists, Kaushal file exists. Then echo the file exists. The file exists. Can you use this way also? Yes, you can use this way also. No problem. Echo the file doesn't exist. Close the if condition. Fine. Okay, guys. So this bracket, what are using here, it is equivalent to the test command. You can even use this way also you can do it. But usually in the generally what happened in the industry, in the organization, we don't do like this way. You won't use a test command like that. We are very much more habitual to use this brackets again. And using this bracket also a little bit faster actually compared to using this test command. So bracket is equal to the test command. Is it fine, guys? Any doubts you have till here? Guys, any doubts you are having? You understood, right? So whenever I'm using if condition, you have to use if space, open the bracket space, write the test condition space, close the square bracket, and then use a then, write the statement, then use else, write the statement, close the if condition with F5. This is what the syntax you need to follow. This is the syntax, very simple syntax you need to follow. So guys, can we write a simple script now just to see it and just to verify how it works? Okay, let me go to the script directory. So right now I will write a script. In next class, what I will do, like I will use some editors or something. I will use a Visual Studio editor to write the code, or else I will use a Notepad++ to write the code. Now let me do one thing. Let me write a script, write the script inside the directory only. Yes, double bracket is also there. Double bracket, not recently, it is also there, guys. Double bracket also will support actually. Double bracket will also support. This also is correct. Sorry. This is also correct. This was also there from long time. Okay. It was this double bracket. You can understand that if you are testing some two conditions, then this double bracket will be very much helpful actually. Now, what I will do here, I will try to go to the scripts directory. Yes, correct. Yes, right on. Now, go here. I will go to the scripts directory. Let me do one thing. Let me write a script with the name if else.sh something. Okay. Now, guys, whenever you're writing any script, guys, always make sure that you should always having the first line as #/bin/bash. And always make a habit of writing who is author of the file. Author of the file. So author of the file is actually Rajesh. He's a file. He's a guy who has written the file. Okay. And also the date actually. Date means date. When was he created this file? When he created on 17th September 2023. Like that, you are mentioning the date also. Plus, you can even provide a description about your script, what your script does actually. Always, it is a best practice to write like this way actually. Whenever in a file, whenever it starts with a hash actually, that is nothing but that line is that line will not be processed by a shell. It is same thing like a comment. So hash is used as a comment. Hash. Whenever in line hash used as a comment. It means that whenever you want to comment any line, put a hash in front of it actually. Then that whole line will be commented. It will be treated as a comment line. Okay. It means that whenever the shell is executing, it will not process those lines because it will consider, okay, it's a comments actually. And always you have to provide the description also. Description like what your script does actually. So basically this if else script will get the it is used to test or it is used used for testing if condition something. Okay, you are writing some scripts where you are verifying or testing it actually. Is there any other thing which you want to mention while writing script? Yeah, it's sufficient. One is author, other is a description. Suppose you are maintaining, suppose you want to explain about how you have to use a script. So you can even add a usage also. Usage means how you can add, how you can run, whether you have to really pass any parameter for executing the script. So those things and all you can mention under the usage actually. These 3 lines are very important, guys. Whenever you write a script, please make a habit of adding these 3 lines. Who is the author? That is you who have created file. Okay, what is the description about that script? It means what exactly script does, just you can mention in 1 line. Okay, and also the usage actually. Suppose if I'm running a script, okay, is there something like I want to pass any parameter for running a script? Okay, is there something where the script expects, okay, minimum this should be there. If it is not getting this minimum value, the script will come out or the execution will fail. Like that, you need to pass some usage also, like how the script will be used actually, or where it will be used, and how you have to execute it. What are the parameters you have to pass to execute it? That all those details you have to mention there actually. So this is how you are making your Bash shell script very robust, and very much readability format. You are making it more readable actually. Now here what happened, right? After this, I will start writing echo enter integer something. So then you are using a read and this read command, and you're using read a variable name a echo enter the second integer, read to a variable known as a b actually. Then you have a c, you already defined a variable c, and you have already assigned the 30. If test open double the bracket $a plus $b, okay, is equal to $c. If this condition is passed, then you can say that actually echo, what is it? Whatever, the integers are equal.
Dollar missing, sir, below before C.
Hmm?
Before C, we need to put dollar.
Where?
Yeah, in the condition.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm just writing a very simple script. Correct, you're right actually. Then the integers are equal. EQ UL. Else echo the integers are unequal. Now the integers are not equal. Simple. Close this if condition is fi. So here what you're doing, enter the first integer, read and specify the variable. So I'm specifying variable MA. Read is something like it is asking an input to the user. You give some inputs. It's same thing like a scanner statement, what you can see. So it will wait till the user gives some inputs. Whatever the user give inputs for this, right? That value will be assigned to the variable A. Similarly, the next it is printing echo, enter the second integer, and you are having a read B. So B is a variable name. So here also it will wait until the user gives some inputs. What are the inputs will give, right? That will be assigned to the variable A, B now. And then in the next line, already you have defined a variable C is equal to 30. Now here in this if condition, you're testing whether the value $A plus $B, whatever you are assigned given, right? That those values, is it greater than the $C? If this condition is true, if it is greater than $C, then what happened? Then what if it is equal means if this condition is true, it means that whatever the value you're giving, if it is equal to 30, then it says that the integer values are equal. If it is not 30, if this condition will get fail, then the else class statement will get executed. So what I will give, while giving input, first value will give us a 10 as an input, second value will give us a 20 as an input. So 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 is equal to 30. Yes, this condition is true. Then this will get executed. If you're not giving equal value, like for example, if I'm giving a value as 10 for A, okay, and 40 or 50 as for B. So after adding it, it is not equal to 30. Then this else class statement will get executed. So now store this file. Sorry, save this file and then do a sh space if else dot sh. So it asks for the value 10. I'll give 10 as a value, 10, 20 as an integer second value. So 20 is equal 20, you are giving 20 is equal to 20, which is nothing but it is executed, then class statement. Say that the integers are equal. Echo the integers are equal, right? That it is displaying it here. So this is a very, very simple way of showing you how the if condition works. How the if condition works actually. Right. For example, suppose that you want to verify, okay, whether this particular year is a leap year or not. Right. You know that whenever you are having a year, if that year, if you are applying a modulus operand and the value of 4, if you're applying, right, then what happens if you get the return value 0, then what you can understand that, oh, it is a leap year, or else it is not a leap year, right? So I can say leap year, something, leap year dot sh. Okay, hash bang slash bin slash bash. This is my first line. Okay, hash. This script will check if the current year is a leap year or not. So this is just a description which I am mentioning here. Right? Then what I will do, I will run echo command. Okay, what it say that? So leap something, leap year shell script, something. I will write like this. Then what I will do, I will just say echo, enter the leap year, enter the year, not leap year, enter the year. Right? Read year actually, or I will use a variable something like year underscore something. I can use anything. Okay, read, what is it? Year underscore checker. Okay. Now if you're saying if condition, if open the bracket, what is it? I can even use the expr method, expr dollar of year underscore checker. Modulus of 4 is equal to 0. Then close the bracket. Then you will say that echo dollar of that year underscore checker is a leap year. Okay, or else echo dollar of year underscore checker is not a leap year. Simple example, right? Then close this if condition with fi. Correct? So here what happened that you have to give the year and then it will verify it. It checks this condition, whether this condition, whatever you're just applying a modulus operator, if the output is equal to 0, then it says that, okay, this is a leap year, or else it is not a leap year. So in this case, 2023 is not a leap year, whereas the 2024 is a leap year, right? So I will try to say this file. Now what I will do that, I will try to do if sh leap year dot sh. Run the script, enter the area year 2023. See, 2023 is not a leap year. What about 24, guys? 2024, it is a leap year. What about the 2000 year, which we spent already? 2000 is a leap year. Clear? Yes, without EXPR also you can test it. Yes. I'm just showing you EXPR I'm using. Through the EXPR also I'm verifying it actually. So now what happened, right? You can even use a if else if condition. Like for example, you can have one condition without one more condition. Within one condition, you have one more condition like that. So you can use a if else if statement also. Like for example, let me write one more example. No guys, EXP is an expression. You can even use, that is a mathematical expression. You can use either EXP or either with the double quote or the single quote, or with the square bracket, anything you can use, no worries. I'm just showing an example of how to use EXPR. Okay, when to use, when to not, it's not like that. That is one of the mathematical computing option. Whenever you want to do some kind of a like mathematical computing, you will be using EXPR method. Like for example, you have something known as a anything, can write something like if else if dot sh. So I'm writing an else if else if statements actually. So I will say hash bang /bin/bash. So I will not be writing any other detail. I'll directly go something like I will take something. I'll take a number is equal to 5 something. If open the bracket dollar of number, if it is lesser than 20, I'll do one thing. I will use instead of 5, I'll use 45. What again? 45. If it is a dollar of number is less than $20. So I can use it then here, or else what I will do here, you could see that I will use semicolon here. Here only, then I will write. Then echo the number is less than whatever 20. Again, I have one more condition. I'll use if else. If else, open the bracket, dollar number is greater than 20. Add one more condition, and dollar of number is greater than 20, lesser than 40. Then what I will do, we'll just say echo the number is in between, you can say, right? The number is between 20 and 40. Else if, open the bracket, dollar of number, if it is greater than 40, and the dollar number, what is it? 45. No, I'll say lesser than 60, whatever. Yeah, lesser than 60. Then you will write echo statement, echo the number is in between. The number is between 40 and 60, correct? Then you will write else statement, echo the number is, if everything is getting failed, it means that the number is greater than GREAT, greater than or equal to 60, correct? Close is if condition is F5, like this. So here you could use that. I'm using a multiple condition. So I'm using a if, else if, and then say else, right? So you already have given input as a 45, right? So under this case, this will be printed actually, correct? So I'll save this file. So if I execute the command sh if else if.sh, see the number is between 40 and 60, right? We're already giving an input actually. We're already giving an input. Suppose you say that, sir, I don't want to give an input, sir. It has to give an input when I'm running a script. No doubt, no problem. You will use a if else if.sh. Okay, don't give the number here, just give $1. $1 you give like this. Save this file. Now running the script sh if else.sh. Now you give the value 45 here while running the script, and you give the 60. Okay, number is greater than or equal to 60, or you give 100, or you give 20. See, the number is between 20 and 40. So you have to pass while running a script. You have to pass the value. It means that if you're using $1, dollar will act like a positional parameter, first positional parameter. Yes, passing argument, first position parameters. I'll come across with that position parameters later. I'm just telling you here, you're not hard coding a value in the script. Other what happened, I hard coded the value, the number is equal to 45. But here I'm using a $1. Dollar means the first position parameter. While running a script itself, you can pass a parameter actually. Is it clear? So now what I will do here? Okay, now what I will do here? Okay, good. I will write one. Any limits to pass? No, there are around 17 to 18 parameters only you can pass, not more than that. 18 parameters or 18 arguments you can pass. The max the shell script will accept is 18 parameters. 18 arguments it will accept. Okay, one more example we'll write, then we will stop the today's class actually. So what is it actually? Like for example, let me switch to the root user. Okay, and let me go to the /home CentOS scripts actually. So I'm sitting as a root user here. Okay, so let me do one thing. I need to install a Git package in my CentOS machine. So how to install the Git package, guys? You have to say yum install git -y. See, it will install the Git package. The Git is getting installed. See, it is installed the Git package. But I want to write a script so that it will install the Git package, right? So what I will do, I will install this. I'll remove it now. I'll remove it so that I can do the script actually. So you are removing the Git package. Now only the root user or the super user can execute this script. Right? Yeah, it's an enter question. Correct. It's an enter question. Number of argument what you can pass maximum is 17 or 18. If I'm not wrong, it will be 17 or 18 parameters are the maximum parameter which you can pass actually. In some books they are given some 17, some books they are given as 18. Okay, we can even verify also. Now, because yum command I am running as a root user, so let me take care that okay, whatever the script which I'm running now, it has to be as working under the root user. That means it has to get executed under the root user itself, right? So let me do one thing. What I will do that I'm saying vi install git.sh. So through a shell script, I want to install the Git package, right? So now what I'll do /bang /bin/bash. This is the first line. Now guys, now you know that whenever you are running as a root user, the ID of the root user, when you do an ID of the root user, it is always 0. If I do a ID -u, the user ID is always 0. So let me take consideration of this value. So it means that whenever ID who is having a value 0, it is not root. Only that specific user only can run the yum command. Otherwise, if any other user apart from 0, he cannot run the yum command. Like that, I will write a condition. So what I will do here, I will open this file. Vi install git.sh. Okay. I'll just say getting the user ID. So what I will do here, I will use some variable name user ID is equal to open the flower bracket, then just say ID -u. So you are assigning this command to a variable actually, user ID. You can even use this way also. This is also correct. But always, okay, you will see many scripts they will be using $, open the bracket. This also is also one of the way where you can, okay, where you can store a command to a variable actually. So ID -user command, that whole output you are storing to a variable as a user ID. Now what you are doing next, checking the user is root or not. Root or not. So how we are going to check, guys? If condition, open the bracket, $of specify this variable name, user ID, whether the $of user ID is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Then what I have to do? Echo the user has the root access, something, root access. Else echo you are not root user. Please run this script with being as a root user, something, being as a root user. Something you will write, and then you will exit out with the error status, exit status as 1. Close this if condition with F5. Guys, still here? Are you comfortable? Any doubts? Any questions here? No? Okay, good. Now what you're doing here? Okay, good. Now what you're doing here? Now you are saying echo something. Some people design like this actually. Echo. Okay. Installing something they will use Git package like this. Some designing they will do. Like this. Then what you're going to do, guys? You're trying to call a yum command. Yum install git -y. Correct? This is the command you're calling. After you are executing this command, what you're doing, you need to checking the exit status of that command. So if the yum command has successfully got executed, what you will do? You will say if $? is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then you will say that echo the git package has successfully installed. Installed. Else echo the git package has not installed. Something like this. Close this if condition with F5. Simple, right, guys? So here, okay, let me do one thing. Okay. Y P. Okay, so like this you will do it. Correct? Now save this file and run this script. So sh space install git.sh. See, the router has a root user, so it is installing. See, the git package has successfully installed it. Is it clear, guys? Correct?
Yes.
Yes. If it is a not user, he is not user. Suppose that you are installed, you have did a yum remove git -y. You are removing the git package. Now, because he is because assume that he is a because install git root user has created it. Let me one thing. Let me in the ownership from the and specify that script install git. So I've changed the ownership of the CentOS now. CentOS user can run. You execute from there. So CentOS is there actually. Let the CentOS user run install git. See, you are root user. Please run the script being a user. Because user ID is not seen. Here, if you execute ID-u, you could see that the ID is 1000. So it is not matching, right? If you open that script, install git.sh, you could see that it is not matching. It is checking the condition, it is getting failed. Here only it is throwing this error. And it is making your exit out from the script. Correct? So that's the reason what happened that you're doing a pre-check here itself at the very beginning. Clear, guys? This is a very simple script just to show you that how you are installing a package like that. Suppose you will say that, sir, I want to have some 5 packages to be installed, sir. Can I do yum install git -y, yum install tree -y, yum install wget -y? Yes, you can do that. But why you're doing that? You can store everything in some file and call a for loop to do that, right? Instead of calling yum every time, right? You're calling a for loop. Inside a for loop, you can use that yum one time, but you can pass the value every time. First, you're passing yum install git -y. The second value, what you're passing, yum install wget. The third option, what you're following, yum install tree, right? Like that, you can use a for loop actually. Yes, target server, what you're doing here, guys. Here, what you're doing, target server, for example. So, this is the server you're having. This is a other server which you are having, target server, right? Now what you will do here, that this is your machine one, the server one or the server one, I'll say, where you have written the script. This is a server two. Now what you have to do, that first you have to make sure that you, okay, whenever you are trying to do an SSH to this server, okay, it shouldn't ask for any password. It means that whenever you're trying to do SSH to this from the server one to server two, it shouldn't ask for the password. There should be a passwordless connection should be there always. Passwordless connection should get established always. But you have to make sure. How you are showing that here you create a SSH key, here also you create SSH key. That SSH key, right? The private key, right? What are the private key have? You're going to copy into this server into the authorized key. Once you copy that file, now what happened? The server one can log into the server two without asking any password. Right? Without passwordless communication is required. Yes, passwordless communication is required. Correct. Now what you will do, that here you go to your server here. So what you're doing, nothing, guys. Here what happened, that you are doing everything fine. Here what happened, right? At the very top, actually, here what you're doing here, you want to run everything in that server. So what you're doing, that you have to do echo connecting to the server 2, like that. Now you have to say that SSH, specify the server 2 IP address or the host name. Okay, SSH double less than end of file. And then here at the end, you need to mention that end of file. So what you're doing, you're having this script actually. Now, before you are, where and all you are executing these instructions, you're executing the instruction in the server 2. But what you're doing, first you're doing SSH to this actually. After doing SSH, what happened, right? You are writing these instructions. This whole script will be executed. So that's the reason you are using a here operator here. So when you run this script, actually, what this will do, this will try to connect to the server 2, and then it will try to execute all this as a script and then come out from the execution. So what you're doing here, and go to the diagram, you will write a script over here. The script will be written here. When you run the script, here like that, sh install git.sh install kit.sh. So what it will do, guys, it will try to connect to the server, do an sh to that server, run the script here in this server, and then come out from this server. This is how you can do it actually. This is how we have to use a here operator, double less than sign. Is it clear? Okay. Clear? Okay. Clear, guys. Chalo then. So that's all for the today. So what we're going to continue, we are going to continue again few more things in the next class actually. So we're going to do few more things actually in next class actually. So in the if condition, I'll write 2 more examples, and then we will go with the a few other examples. Then we'll go with the case statement, then for loop, while loop, until loop. So I'll give one classical good examples in each and every. So I will be writing 3-4 scripts for everything to make sure that you are comfortably understanding it, and then I will explain you some little bit intermediate script so that you will feel comfortable to understand everything. So this is how you have to write a script actually. Is it clear, guys? So guys, today we had we nearly spent 2.5 hours, but okay, fine. At least we started with writing scripts actually. That's what I need. Next class, what we will do, Tuesday, we'll connect again. We'll continue from here onwards. Clear? Okay, guys, chalo. Unless, sorry, do you have any doubts, guys, till here? No? So guys, are you learning any new thing? Is it interesting for you? Are you finding it interesting?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, fine. Chalo. Thank you then.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
all.
Thank you all.
Yeah, let me stop the recording. Okay. Stop the recording. Yes.